In this tutorial, we're going to continue our explorations of fillets through doing the toy hammer tutorial from Rhino, the basic toy hammer tutorial, and we're going to go through a workflow that's going to allow us to explore both some curve modeling techniques and also some filleting and solid modeling Boolean techniques. So it's a good review of a lot of the things that we've done so far. I'm going to, in this file, I have like a number of the curves already set up for our work, so it should go rather quickly. I've done a lot of the prep work so that we can move through this expeditiously. Okay, we're going to start out by creating our hammer claw. And let's select these two curves like so. Let's select these two curves like so. And we're going to do a trim. And we're going to trim out this section here. We're going to trim out that section there. I'm going to hit enter. And then we're going to select all of these and we're going to join those, Control J, join those together into a closed curve. From there, we're going to take that curve and we're going to do a surface extrude curve straight, and we're going to use both sides, yes. We're going to change it to solid, and we're just going to eyeball a shape for our hammer claw, and it should look something like that. Okay, and we can take this object right here and bring it down, do a change object layer, so we move it down to the claw layer. Now we're going to add the hammerhead, okay? Now we're going to add the hammerhead. And let's go to our top window. And here's our curve with our head turned on. And what we want to do, we're going to draw a line. This is a really good command here to know. It's a line that is, we're going to turn on our end snap. We're going to get this tool, and with ortho turned on, we're going to draw a line this way like that. Okay, that just gives us a line that's perpendicular to this profile. So let's click on this profile right here. We're going to do a revolve. Start of the revolve axis is right here. The end of it is there, 0 through 60. There we go. And we have something that looks like that. Okay? If we want to, we can take this object here and we can type in cap to cap that. And then we can take this object right here and then we can do a Boolean union to union those together. And let me turn off those head curves right now. And then over here we have this edge right here, so we're going to do a fillet edge. And we're going to select this edge to fillet. And we have to increase that because that's in 0.03 is entirely too small. I'm going to set that to 2. More than anything else, just to bring out my hammer and take a look at that. That looks a lot better, right? So I'm going to set all to 2.5. And that's pretty good right there. I can live with that. Okay. And that connects my head to the claw. Now I want to bring out these elements of the claw, and you notice how I have this curve right here. Okay, this curve right here. I'm going to use that curve to make my claw. So let me come over here to my top window right here. And I'm going to do an extrude. And let me do one little tweak on this. I want to do one little tweak that's going to make our lives easier. I'm going to draw a line from this end to that end there. And I'm going to join these together. You'll see why I did this in a second. I'm going to join those together because it's going to it'll create a closed poly surface that will make this work a little better. And so now I can do a surface extrude curve straight. And you notice how it's moving like in that way. I want to use my direction arrow, and I want to move it in this direction like that, perpendicular to that line like that. You see that? So that it goes through my tang like so. Okay? And now that I've gotten that poly surface, I'm going to cap that. And I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to do Boolean two objects. And I can go through here, and that's the one I want. I want B minus A. And I've got that part. Okay?
Where's the arrow key you click to change the direction?
So I'm going to maximize this view. Now I got a little bit more filleting work to do, right? Let me turn off my head layer right there. And I've got some filleting work to do. So what I'll do is I'll come up and get my fillet edge command again. And I'm going to grab all of these edges. And I'm going to make the next radius 0.2 seems a little big. I'm going to make the next radius 1. Okay. And I'm going to set all to 1. Okay, and that's pretty good right there. I could go in and variable it, but I'm just going to move right along here. And let's make it 1.5. Okay, and that's my hammer there. Okay. And now, so that's all nice and filleted together, nice and clean. Now the next step is to move along to the neck. Okay, I want to move along to the neck. Okay, and let me go down to my curves layer, and I'm going to turn off my head here, and I'm going to construct the neck. And these are the curves. I'm going to use these 4 curves to construct my neck. And when you have curves like this is always a prime candidate for a sweep 2. Okay? So I'm going to type in sweep 2. And I'm going to, first rail is over here, second rail is over there. First cross section here, second cross section there. Looking good, arrow's good, looking nice. And just to make life easier, I'm going to cap this off. And I'm going to change the object layer. It's going to disappear from me. That's what I want. And I'm going to come over here, and these get Boolean together. Boolean union. Bang, that's together. And then I can come over and do my fillet edge, like so. And I'm going to set all to 2. So it's similar to what I have going on here. Set all to 4. There we go, that looks a little better. Hit enter. That's ready. Now I'm ready to add my handle. Okay, let me go back up to my curves. And for my handle, okay, I have a similar thing. I have 1, 2, 3, right there, right? And what's What's that again? Sweep 2, right? Sweep 2, right? So I'm going to do a sweep 2. Rail 1, rail 2, cross section. Bang. Click OK. I'm going to take that surface, I'm going to cap it off. Okay, and now I'm going to do my, select this, do a Boolean union. That's all together. Turn off my curve layer. And now, come over, fillet this edge, like so, and bang. Toy hammer. Okay, and now, to add some of the details into my hammer, let's go back to that curve layer. Okay, and here, let me turn this off for a second. If I look at this, this is basically a semicircle, right? So what I could do, I could do that, or let me do it this way. Make life easier. I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to use my cylinder tool. And I'm going to go from here. Like, there we go. Like that. Both sides, yes. And I'm going to make sure that that goes all the way through, right? that should go all the way through my object, right? And so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to click on this, and with my ortho snap turned on, I can do this and do an alt tap. Take that, do an alt tap. Got room for one more? Take that and do an alt tap. And now I can select this, do a Boolean difference. And I'm going to subtract with these four. And I've created my ridges right there, like so. And that's a little gross, right? But now I can go back and fillet my edges. And well, let me do this again. I'm going to do a fillet edge. I'm going to set the next radius to 2. Select the edges. Do it in that order. So now those are all 2. You know almost immediately that that value is too big, right? So set that to 1. Okay, that's better, right? I'm going to push it a little bit, set all to 1.5. Man's got to know his limitations. Problematic over there, so I'm going to do a set all to 1. Oh no, that was good. That was that curve. I thought there was a problem with that surface. And that looking good, right? And finally, I can come over here with this curve right here, do a project. And I want to project it onto that surface like so. And I've got that. And for that, I'm going to do a pipe and diff. right there. Okay, got that. And let's turn off our construction lines here. Oops. Okay. And now here, we can do a difference. Select the surface that I want to subtract from, and I want to subtract with that. I don't care what you had to do to make it work, just make it work. Okay? Okay, like that. And now the final step is what? Huh? Fillet! We select that. We look at that value right there. It's going to throw up. I can almost assure you. Ooh. Wow. Kind of likes that. I'm going to push it and see if I can get a 2 out of that. If I can get a 2, I'll be really happy. If I can get a 2. 1.5 is good, but if I can get a 2, nope, that ain't going to happen. So, I'm not be greedy. And here, 1.5 should be good. Let's hit enter. And there you go. Let's check this out. Do our show edges. Ooh, and I got one naked one right here. Ooh. That hurts. Oh, it's actually 4, they say. So there's actually a weird thing going on here. Yeah. And let's see if I can do a joint edge to fix that. Might not be able to do that. Got the 1. Got the 2. And there we go. But it's not a good solution. I'd go back in and trim this neck. I would get rid of this surface and trim that, and then perhaps blend between the two in order to make that nice and clean. But that's not bad for a 10-second kludge. And there you have the hammer. Okay. And of course, I could break that up and apply different materials for it in KeyShop. Okay? You should note that this is not the type of experience where you learn something 1 week and you flush it out of your mind because you never use it again. We're building up a library of techniques each week that's going to give you more and more and more tools that you can use to solve modeling problems. Understanding how to use fillets is one of the fundamental skills needed if you're going to model for product design. You have to know how to manipulate, fix, create fillets. And it'll make your modeling workflow go a lot easier and smoother when you can think of and look at the world in terms of filleted surfaces.